Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hobby Lodge, and I thought it was about time I did an update video on this project. So on the previous video you would have seen me complete this house. So nothing too special here, lots of dry brushing and just using brushes to paint on the various pieces. And I've then gone on and just cracked on really and copied that same process, so the process I did in that video, which I'll link above, to the other buildings. So the red roofs, the browns, the stonework and all the rest of it, and even the wizard tower. Now, the only thing I did on the wizard tower differently was use a blue rather than a red, just because I just thought it would look nice that it had some different coloration to it rather than the reds. As you can see, as I zoom out on the table a bit, it looks absolutely fine with the sort of red and the blues, just to give this one something a little different. I wanted to do all the rest of the roofs red because it's a small village. To me, there's probably one person in this village who does all the roofing, and they use the same materials when they do it. So that was all of the buildings done, and again kept it simple, using really simple techniques, using just cheap poster paints and crappy brushes, lots of dry brushing, lots of dabbing here and there. And in the other areas on these buildings, I actually switched over to using the airbrush. So I try to do a lot more for speed with the airbrush, and I will put those sort of notes of what airbrush I use. It's a Badger 105 Patriot, and I'm using contrast paints through the airbrush because it's super speedy. Right, the next thing I will show you, or endeavour to show you, is what it looks like when the lights go out. And here we are, the lights are out. So what I did here is I used a technique where I picked up a soldering iron. I actually carved out holes in the bottom of the buildings and used candle lights, the ones you get from a pound store or a dollar store, whatever you use, and just stuck them inside the buildings. I can still get to the batteries and I can still get to the switches, and they are stuck in there pretty solidly. So you get, it's not going to be as good as putting LEDs in your building, but you see, you get the effect. You essentially get some light happening inside of your buildings, just enough to give you something, a little flicker of light. Yeah, essentially all it's doing is taking a building, cutting a hole in the bottom of it using a soldering iron, and you could obviously use other tools to make it, but that's what I chose to do, and you get your little glimmers of light, which I think works pretty okay. So yeah, I'm really happy with how that's turned out. Yeah, we'll pop the lights back on again. I'll show you around and then we can talk about what's next. Okay, yeah, so the lights are back on and we can see the buildings all again. So yeah, really happy with how these turned out. So again, these buildings are from Printable scenery, and I've just been using very basic painting techniques just to take them up a level from what they were. And the next thing to do is all of the little stuff. So we've got like bits of wall, we've got this kind of camp over here, we've got these kind of market crates with different fruits and berries and all sorts in it. So now I'm going to be taking all of this stuff and again keeping it simple, lots of contrast paints where I can use them, dry brushing techniques to just bring the table up again another level. But I am really chuffed with how this is turning out so far. The town is really starting to come to life. Again, with the little lights as well in the buildings, just adding that extra element. I want to see if I can do something here. So at the moment you get sort of the yellow light. Can I get wizard's light coming through there? Can I get spells going off in there? Can I do something so it isn't just yellow lights going on? I then am going to look at adding smoke or something to the chimneys. So there's a lot of chimneys around. It'd be quite nice if there was some smoke coming off them. So yeah, that's another thing to do. But so far I'm really happy with the progress. Sorry, I'm filming this at night and I don't have an extra light on the camera, but hopefully you're getting the impression. You're seeing that this table is starting to come to life with various bits. So there we go, that's the update for now. This will be on the project blog over on tabletop.com. So if you don't know, go to the website and check it out. But there will be more videos on the channel covering the rest of this table as it comes to life. And then hopefully at the end, we'll finish off with a battle report on the new table for the game Moonstone. Yeah, so there we go. I'll do you a little flyby through the village as we come through here. So we've got the Wizard's Tower we've got the blacksmiths, the tavern, the market, and all the way through to the other side of the table. Yeah, let me know what you think below.